overall, once you got to the back, you got the choke in pretty quickly. I mean, kind of what you thought you didn't see happen?
Yeah, I honestly believe if I get that position on anyone in the division, they're in trouble. That's my go-to. I'm very dangerous from that top position, especially in MMA with the ground and pound and the elbows. I believe I'm one of the best in the world at it. So when I lock that body triangle in, and they start to go belly down and turtling up, I know that the end is near then.
Last thing for me, I mean, there's been a lot of hype around you, coming out of the regional scene. Where do you see your career path going? I mean, do you feel like you should be a contender quickly in this division? Do you feel like you still need some time to develop? What do you see as what's next for you?
Yeah, listen, I'm in no rush. I'm 25 years of age. I've got 13 pro fights, 12 finishes. What I'm doing at the minute is obviously working, but like I said in the post-fight interview, I don't want to be one of them guys who are just banging fight out for the sake of it because I need the money. I want to be bringing a better package to the octagon every single time. I want the next version of myself then to be able to smash me from this fight. So I need to make sure to do that. I need a little bit of time between fights just to get better, improve on my weaknesses, get a little bit better, work hard on my coaches, and turn it around, get back in shape and get ready to go again. I'd like to fight again before the end of the year. I know they're talking of coming back to Abu Dhabi October, November time. October, November would be perfect, in an ideal world for me. But we'll go back, we'll rest up, and we'll see what's what then.
Right, mate. Just a quick one. Did you say support the NHS after your fight?
Yeah, that's right. My gum shield. The NHS, they're under obviously a lot of stress in the UK at the minute with the COVID-19 and everything. I've got friends and family who work for the NHS and who rely on the NHS. So it's just a little tribute from me to them to. They're the real fighters, I suppose. You look at the bigger picture, they're the ones putting their life on the line every day. I mean, I do this because I choose to do it and because I love to do it. They're the ones who deserve a lot more credit when they get. So that was just a little tribute from me to them.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Jack, you mentioned that you had four opponents before you finally got here. Did you get to a point that you fear you wouldn't have an opponent to fight here in Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, it was getting to that stage, It went on a couple. We was told we were due to fight. It went on a couple of weeks. They finally got me opponent. Then the first guy couldn't fight for whatever reason. They found another American guy. He couldn't make it over. Then they matched me with DeSantos, who got pulled with COVID. This was on the Thursday, and then I was due to go to London on the Monday to quarantine. So I thought, is this going to happen? But credit where credit's due. The UFC matchmakers are obviously very good at their job, and all credit to Aaron Phillips as well for stepping in 2 weeks' notice or 2.5 weeks' notice. I'm not saying he wasn't fighting fit anyway, but to step in and take his shot and his opportunity, full respect to him as well.
Did you get in the fight without an opponent, or you were already given it?
No, I was matched. I was definitely matched before we got on the flight. I want to say it was a couple of days before we left Wales to go up to London to do the 48 hours quarantine.
Yeah, you were scheduled to fight in March in London. Was it frustrating watching the UFC get back to business in the US and made in June, and you were locked in Europe and couldn't compete?
Yeah, it was tough. But when I look at I look at the bigger picture, every single European fighter was in the same boat. Physically, we couldn't get to America because of visas and the flight ban and stuff like that. And also, at the time, obviously, the gyms in the UK was closed, and I didn't want to put myself in a position where I had to fight without a tidy training camp. Thankfully, in Wales, a couple of weeks before this fight, the pro athletes got the green light to do a bit of training. So, thankfully, I pulled in some pro teammates. Brett Johns obviously was fighting Saturday as well. Me and him trained hard together for this camp, and my coaches sacrificed their time too. But it was frustrating, but we're here now. They've got the ball rolling again, and it looks like we're going to be coming back to Abu Dhabi regular. So it's perfect for us guys.
Last one from me. You mentioned that you want to fight again, maybe in September, November, October. Do you have someone in mind that you think it would be a good matchup for you?
Look, there's no specific opponent. The bantamweight division is full of sharks. Whether you look at the top 10, 15, or you look at the guys who are on the brink of pushing into that, there's sharks from top to bottom, and it's a great time to be part of that division. And it's great to start. After this win now, I feel like people are going to start taking notice of who I am. And I think maybe one more win I can start pushing for that top 15 ranking. Nice one, guys.